All right, so seniors, the way this is going to work is I'm just going to randomly spotlight one of y'all's videos, and then we're going to unmute you, and you'll get to answer. So, Lauren, do you want to be our first guinea pig for this? Okay, cool. Chris, you can unshare your screen.
Oh,
and I'll
bad.
spotlight her video. So make sure you're in speaker view if you guys aren't. Cool. Lauren, are you unmuted now?
I think so.
Okay, yeah. Great. So the question is,
right.
If you could restart high school over, what would you do differently?
Oh my gosh. I would probably try harder in math. You know, get better grades freshman and sophomore year so I'm not working so hard GPA wise at the end. Yeah, like take harder classes, you know, not always skate easy way out, you know, and have fun. Like, I feel like I had a lot of fun, but just advice.
Yeah. That's the advice. We've got a couple more questions coming in. Isaac, great question. What was the best thing that you looked forward to as a senior? That's our next question. What is the best thing that you look forward to as a senior? That's from Tesla. Let's see. Which senior am I picking on now? Lacey McCain, you're up. All right. Okay. Boom. So what were you looking forward to during high school as you approached your senior year?
So in the musical, my school does this thing where we perform for the little kids and the seniors get to eat first. And I was really looking forward to eating first, but I didn't get to, so it's kind of sad.
That's awesome. Okay. We've got a couple more questions.
Food is a motivator for everything, isn't it?
Honestly,
I just want to eat that food first.
That is fair. Our next question is from a group leader. What is something weird or gross in your PE locker at school? Robbie Monk.
You're not going to find that much in mine.
Noah's locker is clean.
Doubtful.
I didn't take PE, but I remember in like early freshman and sophomore year, like every freshman stinks and you don't really realize it until you're older. And then you like smell the locker room and smell the freshmen and sophomores lockers and you're like, wow, was that really me? So I don't know, probably just smelly clothes. There was a kid last year who like stuck a chocolate milk in his locker the first day of school and then left it there like all year. And so it started getting really nasty and smelled awful for like the entire year. So that was nice. It wasn't me, but it was definitely disgusting.
That is definitely disgusting.
I thought you were gonna say you left a freshman in your locker.
No,
that would be bad.
I didn't do that. Didn't stuff him in there.
That's awesome.
All right. Our next question comes from Anna Schlehan. What was your funniest moment at school during your senior year? Dylan Brewer, I feel like you'd be great to answer this question.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
What is the funniest moment that happened senior year of high school?
Probably my first day. We had our locker assignments, and I went to the wrong locker, and so did my other friends. So we spent like a majority of this, or the whole year, in the wrong lockers. So the other day when I went to go and get my stuff from my locker, they had all of our stuff mixed up. So, I mean, that's about it though. But
mixing up the lockers.
Oh yeah,
that's funny. All right, we're gonna do one more question before we move on. Let's see. Let's pick out a good one. All right, this one's a little bit sentimental. What is one thing that you will take away from HSM? Morgan, I did see you just eat something, but would you be down to answer this question?
Sorry, I'm eating a horseshoe right now. But
okay, I'm jealous.
What was the question? Will you say it again?
Yeah, the question is, what is one thing that you will take away from HSM?
Probably to not take for granted the leaders and your community, like your small group and stuff. Like, I don't know. I think it was like a big shock for us like this year with Drew leaving, and I think I wish I could have like had another time like getting coffee with him, or just like sitting down and like being intentional about conversations. And yeah, I wish I did that more with not only him but like my group leaders and just like the girls in my group. So don't take it for granted.
Cool. Thanks for sharing, Morgan. That is a great takeaway from HSM. I think that is something that, like, as I look back on when I graduated high school, I started to see a lot more about how much my group leaders actually did while they were leading in HSM, and how much they really did want us to get it and want us to know that we belonged in our group and that they were here for us. So your leaders are here for you guys. And that's just a good reminder that no matter what, if you're graduating this year, like, your group leaders are still going to be people who invest in you and like care about you. But for all you underclassmen and juniors as well, like, your group leaders are here for you. So good deal. All right. That was Senior Spotlight. Thanks, seniors. If you guys are just jumping on, we are celebrating the year in HSM, and we are recognizing our seniors and just celebrating them in this season. So yeah, but I think Chris is going to lead us through our next part here.
So we want to update you guys on some stuff, but also before we move on, if you guys notice people either from your group or friends who are not here, super easy to jump on. So send them a quick text or message or whatever, wschurch.org/HSM Online. Tell them to hop in with us. So give them a quick invite. So what we want to talk a little bit about what's coming up for HSM, because so tonight is our last like everybody together to wrap up this semester. But next week you'll have groups still. So we'll still have our HSM groups. So you have kind of one last time together just with your group. And then we've got some other stuff planned, but we want to share some announcements with you. So we thought the easiest way to do it would just be to take you to wschurch.org/HSM, because it's got what's coming up right here. So the three announcements for tonight. One is we want to keep the celebration of seniors going. And so we are doing this thing where we're asking everybody to, so if you want to do any of this stuff, just go to wschurch.org/HSM. But we want everybody to write a note to our seniors. If you don't like the picture in here, feel free to send us a different one, but this is the picture that we found for you.
We will update it if you want a different picture on there.
Yeah. But whether you're a senior or any student or any leader, we would love for you to jump on here. All you got to do is give us your info real quick, and then just write a note to as many seniors as you can. If you recognize them, if you just want to encourage them, if you know them real well, especially make sure you do. But we would love for you to write a note to all of our seniors. We're going to be putting something together to kind of celebrate them and give to them to remember HSM. So I guess I don't have to scroll through all the pictures, anything we want to see. So if you don't like this picture, send us a new one and we'll update it for you. So help us celebrate seniors. And anything else we need to know about that? I think that's pretty much it, right, TJ?
Yeah, the notes are going to be due by May 20th, so keep that deadline in mind. But we really just want to celebrate our seniors because they mean a lot to us, and they have given back to HSM in some really cool ways and led us through some really cool things. So we want to encourage them, and we want them to feel loved. So also, seniors, take advantage of this opportunity, because it's kind of like if you wanted to sign an HSM yearbook or something like that for your group members or things like that, make sure you write them an encouraging note. And yeah, stay tuned for what we're going to do with those.
Yeah. Okay. So next up, we're going to, like I said a minute ago, we're going to finish up regular HSM groups with your current groups next Wednesday. And then the week after that, so the last week of May, so beginning May 25th, we're going to actually start some electives. So it's kind of like a short term, it's a 5-week group that is going to have some different like subjects, we brought in some cool leaders, and some of them are teachers, some of them are just kind of leaders, facilitators. But we're going to cap them at 10 people each. So there's kind of limited space. We've got a waiting list. So if we have enough interest, then maybe we'll even open another one if we need to, but there's limited space so that if things open up and we're able to actually do some of this in person, if we keep it at 10 or less, you might actually be able to meet together in person. So you want to just highlight some of them, TJ? Like some of the things we got going?
Yeah, so one of the ones that I'm super excited about is how to study the life of Jesus. So this is going to be a practical Bible study where you're going to get to dig into the Bible and learn some tools to better study the Bible and understand the Bible. That is led by Chip Ewald, and if you don't know him, he works with our adult discipleship in groups and stuff like that, but he is a super brainy guy. Like, he thinks a lot about things, and he does a great job of asking great questions to help you come to conclusions and understand things. So super excited for that one. The next one is a life of worship. So Derek's going to be leading a group for those of you who are in the worship band or who are potentially interested in leading worship or just music and learning how to glorify God with that. So he'll be leading that on Wednesdays at 10 a.m. Our next one is a study called Why Her, and that's actually going to be on Wednesdays at 1 p.m. only for the ladies. So sorry, guys, you can't join this study. But Sharon Lowen is going to be leading that. If you don't know Sharon, that is our lead guy, Eddie's wife. She's super solid and has a ton of wisdom to share. So we're looking forward to that study about Rachel and Leah. Then the next one is Gaming for Jesus. So if you love to play video games, this is the group for you. It's going to meet on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. It's going to be led by one of my friends, Riley Clark. He is a junior high leader currently, but will be moving up into HSM to lead the freshmen next year. So he's going to be talking about how we can connect on video games and hosting some of that. But we've also got some students who are going to be taking the lead on that and organizing some cool things. So
yeah, so
that one.
I think they will not only be, I think they're going to be maybe talking about video games some, but seeing as we will probably be online, I think they'll be playing some video games together some too. So
right.
If you want to connect with other gamers and play together, that's a great way to, but do it honoring God. That's a great one to plug in with.
Yep. So you like to play video games? That's the group for you. Next one is A Life on Mission. This is going to be conversations with missionaries from around the world. It'll be Thursdays at 7 p.m. led by Kaylee Rivas. Some of you may know Kaylee because she used to be a group leader here. She recently finished up a mission experience in India for several months and has a ton of experience with that and would love to share from that. But she's also going to be bringing in people from around the world, different missionaries who have been planted in different spots, for them to share their experience and just talk about like what God is doing around the world and how we can be a part of that, how we can support that. So if you're interested in missions or even just learning more about that, hop on Thursdays at 7 p.m.
Yeah.
Sign up for that one.
That one is like, that one feels seriously cool. The fact that we have, if you have to be online and you got to connect via Zoom, why not connect with somebody? I mean, it's easy enough to connect with somebody in Kenya. So wherever they're at, like they can connect with you wherever. So she's got a lot of connections. So it's gonna be pretty cool, I think.
Yeah, she told me today that she's got the lineup figured out for the 5 weeks of a different guest each week. So should be a really cool thing if you guys are interested in that. And then our last one is going to be led by our very own Todd Young. He is a guys group leader coach. But it's going to be Can't Stop, Won't Stop, Winning for Jesus. If you like to win and you like to play sports, we're going to be talking about what it looks like to glorify God on and off the field and how you can use your influence as an athlete. So if you are athletic and want to talk about that, it'll be on Thursdays at 7 p.m. as well.
All right. So if you want to sign up for any of these, just go to wschurch.org/HSM, click on this, and then when you click on the individual one, it'll take you to register, and all you got is put in your name and your contacts, and you'll be good to go. But there's only 10 spots, for each. So if it fills up, go ahead and put your name on the waiting list, because you never know if somebody's gonna have to drop, or if there's enough interest, maybe we'll be able to set up another one. So get signed up for those. And those will basically go from the end of May and then we'll see where everything's at. Like the more we can actually be together, we want to be together, but we also want to make sure everybody's able to stay connected as things are a little more locked down. Last thing is,
real quick question about the electives. Can students sign up for more than one elective?
That's a good question. I think what we would say is yes, but if they fill, then we're probably going to ask you to pick one. So I think it's okay.
We would love for you to sign up for one right off the bat, and then if there is room in some of our other electives that you want to jump in, we'd be more than happy to put you in those groups. But we'd love for you to sign up for one for the first go around. And save some room for some other people. But if we have room, we'd by all means let you join another one.
So for sure tonight, definitely for tonight, only sign up for one. Just to make sure everybody, if you all sign up for all of them right now, then we'll in the next few days, we'll give you another chance to sign up. And like I said, again, sign up for the waiting list. If it's closed, sign up for the waiting list, and we'll see what we can come up with. So. All right, last but not least, as many people as want can jump in. We're starting on Thursdays, that last week of May. We're just going to do something called HSM Game Day, Thursday afternoons after lunch, 1 o'clock. We're just going to jump online, and as many or as few want to play, we're just going to play some online games. I think we're going to start off with it's a lot of fun. You just use your phone, and we kind of do stuff together online. So. But we're going to start off with that. May 28th is the first day, and then we'll see. So you don't have to sign up for that. Just anybody jump in. Literally, the Zoom link is already on there. So we will do that starting May 28th. All right, I think that is it for the announcements.
So we got for announcements.
All right. So unless I'm forgetting anything, we are super pumped to celebrate the seniors a little bit tonight. We actually asked some seniors to share. They've kind of gone through 4 years of HSM and seen different things, and it has been a weird way to end the year. But we still want to celebrate you the best that we can, and we want to hear your advice. It was kind of fun that some of you already asked some questions about memories and advice in just the senior spotlight, but we asked them to share some of their memories and some of the advice that they would give to just high school students at whatever age. And so we wanted them to share tonight. And then we're going to highlight some memories from this past year and some memories of just the last few years in HSM before we kind of wrap up and jump into groups. Tonight really is about celebrating and remembering, but we want to hear from the seniors. So let's take a look at this video, and we'll celebrate together.
Be kind to people, be encouraging.
Don't be afraid to be different.
You take every opportunity
to show up and be consistent.
Keep going and keep your head up.
To be all in with whatever you're doing.
It goes by really fast, and I never thought my 4 years in high school and at HSM would go by so fast or be cut off so early.
That was the encouragement that I was given right before senior year started, and I wish I took it to heart more than I did at the time.
Because honestly, once high school's over, how popular you were and how cool you acted, it isn't going to matter at all.
I regret not going to every HSM, and I would give anything to go to one more.
Don't be afraid to be alone if you're doing the right thing.
Being, sitting at home watching Netflix or whatever isn't really furthering yourself, but being outside of your comfort zone is a huge thing.
Your leaders are there. They want you to be there. They want to pour into you. Your friends want you there. They want to be in community with you. And just ultimately, the Lord wants you there as well.
What's going to matter is how you lived your life every day, and if you were able to use that for God.
Many of you may not have known me freshman or sophomore year, but I was a lot more introverted. I wasn't confident. I didn't think I had anything to share with anyone, and God really showed me the opposite of that. He showed me that He instilled confidence within me, showed me I had something good to share, and that other people would want to hear what He has to say through me. And that was kind of a big turning point in my life, that I was able to have some confidence to share my abilities and share my love for God and His promises to others, and that has changed my life dramatically throughout my high school career.
It's one thing to know the promises and truths that God speaks over me, but it's another thing when I actually believe them. The first couple of years of high school were kind of hard because I would seek validation and approval just from other relationships or friendships or just worldly things that ultimately weren't going to satisfy me in the way that the Lord can. And so when I actually start to believe oh, Morgan, you are loved and you are worthy and you are enough, that changed the whole ballgame for me just because I was able to find confidence in Christ, and that wouldn't have been able to happen if I didn't believe those things.
God has transformed my life during high school by giving me hope that I wouldn't have otherwise had for my life.
When we went to Arkansas that year, it was just a really good week for me. It just filled with a lot of prayers, and one night I just felt during a large prayer that we had that God was telling me that I needed to go into worship ministry. And after that, I felt so much peace with the decision, and I've never looked back from that. So I know that that was God telling me that, and that's something that has really transformed my life, because now I'm going to college for that, and if it was just my idea, I'd still be a lawyer, and honestly, I just don't think that's the right career path for me. So God has plans that are better than mine, and He's just really shown me that over the past 4 years, and I'm so glad that I've trusted Him in this. Regular casual Wednesday nights.
We finally had somebody win the impossible shot.
Definitely be this past year at Hot Mess.
Every year at HSM Thanksgiving, it's really cool to see everyone sitting at one massive table, and really just puts into perspective how we really are just one big family that's continuing to grow.
Our mission trip to Poland.
Any mission trip.
All the trips to move that we took.
Friends, I don't know about y'all, but that video just reminds me of how faithful God has been this year at HSM, and just all of the great memories that we have shared and all the things that we do have to celebrate. I know that like there's been a lot going on in this season that has been really challenging, and there have been a lot of broken expectations, but I want us to remember that God is faithful and that he is going to walk alongside us through this, just like he walked alongside us in some of those highs that we walked through as a ministry. So whether it's Move or Hot Mess or HSM Thanksgiving, or just casual Wednesday nights with your small group, we all have some memory that we're taking away from this year. And we loved hearing that encouragement from the seniors. They've walked through a lot of you guys' shoes and the situations that you're going through in high school. So like their advice is good and it's solid, and they've stayed the course and are getting ready to transition out of our ministry, but we're super grateful for them and the impact that they've had on each of us. So we're going to transition into a time where we get to just meet with our small groups, and I want us to spend this time really just celebrating and remembering what God has done in our lives this past year in HSM, and really just how God is shifting in your own heart, like what he's leading you towards right now and what he has done in the past to be faithful. Let's just take tonight to celebrate and remember and to focus on God's goodness. So I'm going to read a quick passage from Philippians chapter 4, and then we're going to split off into groups. So if you want to read along, we're going to be reading in Philippians chapter 4, starting in verse 4. We're going to read through verse 9. Paul says, "Rejoice in the Lord always. Again, I will say rejoice. Let your reasonableness be known to everyone. The Lord is at hand. Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything, by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be known to God. And the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. Finally, brothers, whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is commendable, if there is any excellence, if there is anything worthy of praise, think about these things. What you have learned and received and heard and seen in me, practice these things, and the God of peace will be with you." Friends, we want you to know that you belong and that God is with you and we are with you. And this is a family, and we just want to celebrate the ways that God has used this family. So we're going to break off into small groups. If you don't know where you're going, we'll get you placed in the right small group. But thanks for coming to hang out for HSM Online. Make sure you stay for groups. If you notice that someone in your group is not there, tell them to hop on and we will get them put in your small group. But yeah, let's just continue this time of celebration for this year.